Hey guys, Corey Dickman here from Dickman Fitness. I want to welcome you guys to our exercise tip featuring our workout progression. What we do from beginning to end. Everything from foam rolling, tissue release, all the way down through cool down. I'm going to take you through each of the steps and what I'm thinking, and I want to demonstrate to help you guys understand where I'm coming from. Okay, so number one, the first thing when we come in the gym, we want to get through and go through foam rolling. Any tissue release. Based on our assessment or overhead squat screen, there are areas that are a little bit tight or a little bit weak. We have corrective exercises or injury prevention exercises for that. So specifically, we want to go through tissue release techniques to cover those tighter areas throughout our bodies. We might have a little tightness in the ankle, the hips, the shoulders, the upper back. There are specific exercises that I go through within that time frame. Okay? So number two, we have mobility and heart rate or dynamic stretching. Covers just a few exercises. I'm going to give you guys a few variations to keep it simple to follow. This also goes along with my podcast, which I talked about dealing with the importance of a dynamic warm-up all the way through the circuit within corrective exercises. After that is a dynamic stretch, and then leading into either cardiovascular or heart rate conditioning, or strength training, strength circuit, and then all the way through into the cool down and stretch. Okay, so number one, let me take you through. First thing when you come in the gym, you want to go through foam rolling. So, as an example, I'm just going to cover a few. I'm going to cover foam roll release in the calves and then the hip flexors. Those are predominantly the tighter areas. Okay, so first, find a spot on the floor. You can also do this with a stick, tennis ball, softball, whatever you have. Okay, prop yourself up, lie, providing pressure a little bit stronger on the way up than on the way down. If you have any lactic acid or any adhesions in the muscle bellies, this is a great way to remove that. Okay? So moving to the outside, if you have somebody that has a toes out dysfunction when you squat, then your outer calf might be a little tighter, or reverse. Okay? So I usually spend 30 seconds to a minute, generally depending on tightness, on each leg. Moving on to, there are tons of other exercises throughout the whole body. I'm just going to show you the calf and hip flexor. Okay, moving forward, just like you hold the plank. Get up into that hip flexor or TFL muscle, involved in flexion of the hip. And then working my way down. Start here and end at the knee and work your way back and forth. Okay? So number two, that's usually about the first 5 to 6 to 7 minutes within the routine. Our second phase, our mobility, which involves also the foam roll. Our two exercises, number one are thoracic extensions. Number two are foam roll sideline windmills. Okay, so thoracic extensions are a good way to open up the back, draw some blood flow there. Okay, so place the foam roll just below the shoulder blades, knees bent, butt flat on the floor, hands on ears, open up, exhale. Okay, come back up, exhale. We do those together as a group for the first 30 seconds. Second 30, sideline windmill. You lay on your side. Top knee up at 90 degrees, propped on a foam roll. Reach for hand. Round the shoulder blades. Exhale, open up. Repeat. The idea, we want greater movement for better function to decrease injuries. Okay, so we have greater movement throughout our mobility areas throughout our bodies, our ankles, hips, upper back, and shoulders. We're better able to prevent against injuries when we get outside of that comfort zone. Okay, so moving on to our movement stretch phase, or dynamic stretching. A lot of these can be variations too. We can do it on the floor, we can do it standing up. So first off, I can do like a march in place, or some kind of a walk up and down the runway if we're within a group. Progressing to a butt kick. This is a low impact version. Here's high impact. What we're doing is just elevating the heart rate a little bit, drawing the blood flow to the muscles that are involved within the specific routine, and getting yourself ready for the intensity, okay? And I do a hip circle. Again, now we're providing blood flow throughout the hips. Or reverse. You do this holding on to something. If you need more support, if you're low impact, if you have special needs to do that. Otherwise, you can do it up and down a runway too. Okay? So from there, a shoulder roll, maybe a light skip. Again, elevating, getting closer to that intensity of the circuit, okay? So from there, depending on the circuit now, our fourth phase, I believe we did foam rolling, mobility, dynamic stretching. Now we get into our activation phase before the circuit. If it's a strength circuit, I want to contract and stimulate the muscles necessary depending on the specific routine. So just a simple plank and a hip up. So here, elbows, draw the shoulder blades down and back, squeeze the glutes, squeeze the abs. Just hold for a good 15 seconds. Get those muscles contracting in a similar way that you're going to do in your routine. You need those muscles, so you need to fire them up. Okay? So hamstring glute, rev up, repetition, or you can hold. Generally do each of these within a circuit style, or we do all at once. Okay? So again, you don't have to do these activation exercises necessarily if it's just a cardiovascular routine, but specifically if it's a strength routine, you do something else that's specific. So if I'm doing a deadlift day, I want to hit your body and get your body moving in a similar fashion at which you're going to be performing exercises in the circuit. Okay? So the phase after this is your circuit, your conditioning, or your strength. I run through and demonstrate the exercises for the day, which are specific to the week on our board. And then we do cool down. Again, that's any corrective stretching that we do throughout the circuit, also based on your action card, and any kind of stretching with our strap. So any of these stretching exercises, any of the dynamic foam rolling exercises I have specifically in other videos if you want to view them. I just want to get a chance for me to explain my progression, where I'm coming from on our whole workout series. Okay, so good luck, guys. Stay tuned. Feel free to like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel. See you soon.